What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. Today we are back on some TrackDayR, and exciting day because we've got our first ever custom Supercross track been made for the game. Now, it was made by Distraction, who actually, the gear that I'm wearing right now, also made that gear. He uploaded it as it is, like zebra design. I literally nabbed it for myself, slapped my logo on it, put it back in game, so thank you to him for both of those things. We've also got a KTM skin on the bike for a change rather than the standard skin, and I slapped my numbers on this as well because I just didn't want the plates to be bland, but I think the numbers look absolutely atrocious. So the one thing I've done myself looks terrible, so I apologise, Green Lennox, for ruining your skin, but thank you for putting it in the game regardless. So let's go to our tracks, and we're going to give this a go. Now, if we scroll along, I should have my custom tracks down here, which I do. So it's Distraction SX Test Track. And what I also want to do, I want to put it on nighttime. Reason being is, oh, you can see right there in the picture, he has done a night and a day version, so we've got all the floodlights and stuff around the track, so it should look really, really cool. And you can see my gear there, a massive close-up with my name and number on the back, and I think it looks really, really nice. So if I press number 2 on my keyboard, I've also got some custom cameras, which thank you very much, Derek, for making the custom cameras. So in my last video, it was super zoomed out, which obviously would have made it a bit difficult for you guys to sit and watch. But now we can see things a bit more clearly. You can see me making a fool of myself and crashing all over the place. And we should be in for a good time once I can get a little bit of a flow going. Now, as I said, the first custom Supercross track we've had in this game, we've got the stock one, which I believe is Indy. Is the default stock Supercross track, so I'm interested to see how good of a job Distraction has done here. Let me slam on the brakes, spin her around. Now, the game that I'm playing on right now, physics-wise, is ever so slightly different to what you guys would be playing on normally. So I'm on the dev build, and there's been a couple of changes since the last major update, which I'm so happy they brought out, because I feel like I kept making videos for you guys on... Oh god, oh god, oh god, skim across them. Okay, that's just a big whoop section, we'll pretend. I kept making videos with updated like physics and such, and you guys were stuck on like a base game with not much update at all. So let me know if you've been playing the game recently in the last like 2 weeks or so. Have you been enjoying it? Have you been finding it so far? And what are your thoughts and hopes for the future of it? Please stop turning to the right when I don't want to. I'm finding that the steering a little bit finicky from time to time, especially when sitting down. I just noticed that if I move in the air ever so slightly, it's so twitchy. But that is a me problem. That's something that I need to kind of learn myself slowly by playing the game more. Embarrassingly, I haven't actually played the game since the last video I'd done, which I probably should do, so to give you guys a bit of a better experience of it. But I like kind of experimenting and discovering all these things with you guys for the first time, so you get my more of a natural reaction than anything, I would say. If we can skim through these whoops again, that went really well first time round. Notice that usually whoop sections and hard landings seem to be a little bit hit and miss on if the bike will carry speed. Like right there, you see the bike really slammed and lost all of its speed. It seems to be a little bit hit or miss on if you get a good landing or a bad landing. But I think if you was to spend a fair few laps on this, get a little bit of a flow going, get the hang of things, you could put down some pretty spicy lap times. Let me just try. I just wanted like to get a clean lap in. You know, I think I can probably triple out of this corner if I do it smoothly. Seat bounce, leather brake. There we go. Slowly. I definitely got out of rhythm there. I should have gone triple. Up and over this, and you can see. Oh, I'm not sure how well you can see once YouTube's a little dirty as usual. But there is. Oh, that was slippery. There is a road on this as well. So coming into these corners, you can see here the ground is digging down. It is wearing away, which is really good. So the track is constantly changing. I noticed that if you get right over the front of the bike, you can actually get the back end to properly step out now. It's a bit difficult before. Let me try and do it in this corner. There we go, back end stepping out. I've absolutely ruined myself for these whoops. But also, very pretty pink lights through there. I've also seen that Manu has released a kind of like a free-ridey type track, and just from the one screenshot that I've seen, it's got water involved in it as well. And where this game is built on Unreal Engine rather than on the standard OpenGL that MX Sim and MX Bikes use, things like water and just general environment look so nice compared to what I'm used to. So I'm definitely going to have to give that a go at some point. And I also want to give multiplayer a go. I've not done any multiplayer on this game yet, which is a shame. I need to try and I'll hit up Rum at some point, see what he's up to, and do a little bit of multiplayer. Or if all else fails, I know that in the TrackDayR Discord, there's usually a handful of guys sitting in the voice chats. Maybe I'll give an early Christmas gift and play with some guys from there. And it's really, really nice because everybody in that like dev chat and everybody in that community in general that I've spoken to and asked questions of, they've been so helpful and nice, and it's really nice to see, because I'm going to probably make some enemies here. Every other like game community that I've been in, there are toxic people. There's no two ways around it. I mean, you'll get toxic people in every community. I'm sure there'll be some toxic people in the TrackDayR community at some point. It's only inevitable because, at least in my opinion, I just see this game growing and getting bigger and bigger. But everyone, at the moment, at least, is really, really nice and really kind of passionate and into what they're doing. Me not completely wad myself there, spin her around. I'm noticing that since the last time I played, the sitting down and counter steering seems to be a lot more natural than it was. I think the last video I done, I spent the entirety of it just stood up. So let me try and do a lap just standing up and see how it differs. Don't really get up and over that. It doesn't compress the suspension as much as I would like. You can see how powerful the in-air gyro is, so accelerating or braking in the air has a massive impact on the pitch of the bike. Also need to remember exactly what I said in the last video, which is don't get up on the limiter too much. Oh my god, that was a weird one. Don't get up on the limiter too much coming out the corners. Just roll it on and you'll have all that speed. There we go. And I'm slowly learning how to whip as well. Basically, you throw it up the face of the jump, let it come out by itself, and then you just let go of the sticks and it will come back by itself fairly naturally. Over that. Oh! Okay, I'm learning. So I was leaning forwards there as I was coming into that, and it's almost like it pushed the bike into the ground and just made me go forwards rather than up. Can I do that? Oh, okay. I love this stuff so much. It's so exciting to me learning out new mechanics in games that I can utilise and abuse. I think last video it was the sitting down that kept me super low. So what if I sit down and lean forwards? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that is definitely pushing me forwards more than if I was just jumping normally. I love that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that landing was so much quicker. Yeah, honestly, I need to put more time into this game outside of videos as well. I do thoroughly enjoy it, and I feel like it's one of them that if you put enough time into it and actually get somewhat good, it can be a whole lot more enjoyable. And I think I need to figure out just turning, for one, turning smoothly. That's a massive thing. And then scrubbing as well, because I can whip every now and then. It's quite inconsistent. I can't always get the bike back round. That whip section is actually really nice. Triple out of this. Dab the brake. No. Yeah, little bits like that where I feel like I've got the bike straight on the landing and then it'll start turning ever so slightly. I might even mess around with my actual controller settings, because I slapped in a bunch of settings which basically replicated MX Bikes and MX Sim for me on day one of playing this game, and I've not changed them since, which I need to, because you can't approach every game in exactly the same way, you know. It doesn't make sense. That's not how it works. Round, tripping again. Oh, stretch it out. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. God damn it. But the few sections that I've actually got nice and smoothly been really enjoyable. So massive shout out to Distraction again for being the first person to try and tackle this and bring this on, and I'm excited to see what other people can come up with, especially in terms of environment, you know, being in this engine and stuff being able to look really good. And just massive thank you as well for even releasing this gear for me to manipulate and make my own. It's one of them things in motocross games. I feel like personalization and customization of your rider and what you wear and what you ride on are such a huge part of it, because you can have an amazing base game if you've not got that customization limit there, customization factor there as well. I imagine that quite a lot of people probably would get bored of it in a hurry, because I think one of the main aspects, and the reason that we play these games, I can't speak for everyone, of course, everyone plays for their own individual reasons, but I get a massive kick out of almost replicating myself in a video game. So if in any game where I've been able to run my exact setup. So, for example, in real life, I run a YZ250F. I have some white 4 gear and some like teal and black Alpine style gear. Any game that I have that exact setup on, it's just a weird feeling. It's nice. I really enjoy it, and it kind of feels a bit more personal. So having that ability is very nice. And if anybody has any questions about kind of making gear and stuff for this game, 100% ask in the Discord for it, because everyone's so nice and friendly. There's a couple of templates that you'll need to be given. So there's a template for the bike, and then exactly the same, a template for the rider as well. I think the rider one looks a little bit more confusing. The bike is so straightforward. It's so nice. You've not really got to worry about spec maps and norms and all that stuff. You can literally just slap your skin on it, slap a paint on, save it as a JPEG, and you're good to go, which is really nice. Really good for not very computer savvy people like myself. The only thing that you will have to do is find out what your Steam ID is, like the 17 or so string of numbers for your Steam ID. Because I asked, like, what do I name the skin in game when I get it? And I got told, oh, it's your Steam ID and then / blah blah blah. And I put in my like Steam name, like my actual login name originally, and it didn't work. And for the longest time I was like, what on earth is this? What's going on? And then I downloaded someone else's and saw, oh, this is just a random string of numbers. Let me go online and see what I need. And yeah, it was self-explanatory. Once you've done it once, it's really easy. I apologise to my pitman for running him over just there. It's very easy once you've done it once, but as I said, everyone's so helpful, and any questions, definitely go and ask. And I feel like I just want to push this as much as I can to people, because I love playing custom tracks so much. I love people's creativity and seeing what people can come up with, and it looks to me, just from pictures that I see, people are really pushing the limits. There is, as I said, there's a free ride track that's been released. I believe there is also a different Nationals track in the works, not released yet. I will 100% be giving that a go when it comes out. Stretch this out. No, I can't get up and over that. And I think you can tell from the small bits of me riding around here how rewarding flow is in this game. So if you mess up a part of a rhythm, that's it. That's game over. You know, you are not getting through the rest of that section clean, which I like. It's nice to have a genuinely difficult, I say motocross game. It's not all motocross, we know that. It's predominantly a road racing, like MotoGP-esque / game. But to have motocross built into it and them spend so much time and effort, which I don't think they originally planned on doing, is great, you know, because we're quite limited here on the motocross side of things in terms of what games we can play. Obviously, the road bike guys, you've got games like Ride, you've got MotoGP, there's a bunch of others as well. That did not go how I wanted it to, but they got a little bit more variety than I'd say we do at the moment, so it's nice them guys put in so much time and effort onto the MX side of things, and they've admitted themselves that they've focused on MX a little bit more recently and want to go back to helping the MotoGP boys, so I can't hate on that. I completely understand that. So I think we're going to be kind of making do what we have for a little while, but what we have I'm super happy with, you know, and it's one of them things. It is a difficult game. It's not an easy game by any means. There are some weird and wonderful physics sometimes, as you saw just there. I kind of got all sketchy, but managed to still land it. I've just put the pit limiter on again, and overall, really fun game. A game that I definitely need to give more attention outside of videos, and really thankful for the community, or the people in the community that's so helpful. I think that will do it from me. If you want to give this track a go, I will put it in the description down below, and I will also try and find Distraction's YouTube channel as well to go and give. So go and show him some love. He has been the main man so far. Both of my custom tracks have been made by him, and then obviously as well as the gear that I'm riding. So if you like the video, please do drop a like. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hope you have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is you guys are up to. And until I catch you in the next video, peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain. Even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want. I got sold to be with my